Festival to make this screening possible. The film that you are going to see means a lot to me, or to us. This is the film that we first produced. This is our first film that we produced. And through this film, we learn how to went independent. Without this film, there won't be Chungking Express, there won't be films like In the Mood for Love. And so I'm very happy today I can present this film to all of you in its best conditions. Thank you very much. Afterwards, it's Crouching Tiger and Heroes, and it become like a main trend in Chinese cinema. And also about the co-production in China, because at that point it's very rare for us to shoot in China, but now for Hong Kong cinema, China become a very important, not only the market, but also a location for us to make films.
Can you explain a little bit about how you approach the reorchestration of the music, because it's absolutely gorgeous? I mean, what did you have any ideas how you would approach it at the beginning at all?
The thing is, I like the original score done by Frankie Chen a lot, and because it's quite wild at that point, we just want to do something which is very different from traditional martial art film. I give him the reference is Tangerine Dream versus Dire Strike. So we have all these like electric guitars and everything, and for the Redux, because there's the recording at that point, some of them is not like very good. So we have invited a group of musicians in Beijing to do the rearrangement, and also we invite Yo-Yo Ma to involve in this process, and Yo-Yo is great because he's not only just musicians, but he's also a person who understands films and images. So it's a very good, memorable collaborations. And the way we approach it is we start the film with the new soundtracks, the new arrangements, the new recording, and then we go back to the original and we end up with new recording. I think we are not going to do much on the image, but we can tell the changes through the sound.
Would the soundtrack be available on the disc or not?
It's something that we want to achieve.
Okay, so I want to also open it up to the audience as well. Are there any questions at all? Oh, yes, please. About this creative process and how he actually dreams the images and the things that that he expresses in his films.
Well, actually, it's not that complicated. I still remember it was '93, and we decided to shoot this film in China. We have no idea how this location looked like, but we know because it's written in the original novel. It's happened in the desert. So we try to find a desert, and we find this place which is part of the Silk Road, which is in the western side of China. And because at that point, to shoot in China, especially in a province like this, is very, very hard. And we work most of the time like a traveling agent, and to arrange all these trips, to send all these people and the cast and the crew. And I remember the first night we arrived in these locations, my first AD, just after the first meal, he talked to me, I have to go back. I cannot eat like this. I have to go, otherwise I'll get sick. So I have to send him home. And then we spent like 6 months in this place. And just remember, we live in Hong Kong, and most my previous 2 films is about the urban city. So this is the first time that we deal with this landscape. And my DP is Australian, Chris Doyle, a sailor. He has no idea. He deserves it. He has no idea about all these martial art things. He has no ideas about shooting in China. And for him, shooting action is speech. He told me. That's what he said. But somehow we find our tone, we find our our frame. And there's only one regret about this is we saw the film a few months ago together in Cannes, and we still think the film should be in the CinemaScope, but at that point we can't afford a CinemaScope, so we have to use the equipment that we have. But the thing is, what I want to say about this collaborations, this experience is somehow we believe we can do something which is different, because Eagle Shooting Hero has been shot, has been made into films in different versions before Ashes of Time, and we believe we should do something different, and finally we find it in this desert.
Gentlemen over here. I haven't seen the film, this new version of the film, especially Bridget Lin, since she has retired after filming this film.
Actually, we watched the film together with Tony and Karina and Chris Doyle a few months ago in Cannes, and it's like an old school like reunion. And we watched the film and we realized this film still looks very fresh to us. The way we look at this film is not only the film itself, but also the time that we spent together, and we're amazed how we can make it. And I met Bridget 2 weeks ago in Hong Kong, and she asked me if I can arrange a special screening for her, because now she's not in public. And I did that, and she's happy. She said, I'm very glad I have made this film.
Shot, and did the crew have any problems when they were shooting?
The town actually is called Yulin, and it is outside of by plane. It's 2 hours from Xi'an, so it actually is almost at the border, and the other side is Mongolia. So the difficulty is there's no proper transportations. I still remember the first time we get there, we take 2 trips. First by car, by trucks. It's like 5 days from Beijing. And by flight, it's a bit shaky at that point, because all this flight is basically like a private charter flight, but it's from the Russian time. So you can see some people just standing there. They're not sitting, they are standing during the flight. So it's not something that normally we would do, because if you have to ship like a lot of people and all this costume, it's very complicated.
So the gentleman over there with the white, yes, yeah. Association with Tony Leung Chiu Wai, and what drew him to Tony Leung Chiu Wai, and what kind of a relationship has grown out of that?
I think it took a lot of confidence and understanding to be able to work together for, especially in our way of making films. It's very hard for actors who have no ideas what we are doing and do not believe in this process. And I think over the years we work together. It's not, I always refer the film as our film. It's not my film only. It's also a collaborations. And I think this is the trust that and the confidence that put us together.
The gentleman over there. Yes. Yeah.
Director Wong, I'm a rookie in this industry. Every time I watch some of the movies, it is very difficult for me to understand the message of the picture. So this movie, I have the first feeling that you're educating us how to really love another person's politics and so on. Is that part of the message you're trying to deliver to us?
I have no intention to educate anybody. I just want to share something with the audience, and I hope you like it, But just like someone said, to be a filmmaker is like a cook. You prepare dinner for people, and you will be very happy if they like it. If they don't like it, at least yourself like it, all right?
So we have to wrap up pretty soon. The lady over there? character in his films would he like to be, and also is he working on any upcoming project?
To be a director, you have the liberty to jump from one character to the others. When you feel very bored with this one, you can jump to the others. So there's no one character which is like, well, I just identify myself with it. And the next film, actually, we haven't decided yet. We are working on several projects, but pretty soon we will know which one will be our next. Okay, thank you very much. So thanks again. And also, I would like to say thank you to Raymond, because he's quite sick. He's very sick, but he helped me through with this session.
Thank you very much.